Up at Noon is brought to you by Saints Row 4, available August 20th.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Up at Noon. Do not adjust your set. We are not in the studio. We're actually here at Image Expo. That's right, Image Comics. See, there's a thing called 4th of July, so it screwed up our production schedule. We couldn't do a regular show, so I said let's do one of the biggest shows of all time and interview one of the most prolific comic book creators of our time. Speaking of prolific comic book creators of our time, Greg Way, I'm about to interview one. His name's Robert Kirkman. He invented The Walking Dead, and give it the hell up for him. As I live and breathe, Robert Kirkman. How are you, sir?
Hey,
I'm excellent. How are you?
I mean, my vanity area.
Yeah, you're big Hollywood back here now.
Oh, I tell
You've forgotten what these comics are all about here with
I tell you, it's good to sit down with the little people every now and then, just to press the flesh with the whatever.
Here's the question, and it's an honest one. Are you okay? Are you going to keel over anytime soon? I don't know. You're doing too much. I don't know if they've told you that. You're writing a TV show. You're writing the Walking Dead comic. You're writing the Invincible comic. I'm pretty sure she's the one who's been on my Twitter feed with her alt accounts asking.
Why are you doing this, Robert? I'm fine. I'm good.
You look good. You got the good color in you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I love working. I love writing. So it's okay that I do it a lot. I mean, I like to say that. I would do this as my hobby.
Yeah, don't say that too loud, though.
So other people, I don't care.
They'll call you on it one day.
Yeah, whatever. But it'll be fine. But other people, they put sailboats in bottles for like an hour a week or 2 hours a week or whatever, and they build model trains and stuff. And I just work a little more.
Yeah, you just write about people getting their guts ripped out. And
it's fun.
Yeah, okay, it's great
fun.
time.
But no, I mean, I have so many amazing opportunities and stuff going on right now that I feel like I can't turn it down. So.
And let's talk about the fact that we're coming up on the 10th anniversary. Today, you guys announced a whole bunch of stuff for Walking Dead.
Yeah, going bi-weekly with Walking Dead issues because I don't have enough to do.
Yeah, right? Well, why the hell not?
I don't know, man. I was on stage thinking, why did I do this?
Why did I say this?
But,
oh my goodness.
No, I mean, it's going to be awesome. I mean, something that I'm really proud of is the fact that the television show happened.
Yeah.
And, Charlie Adlard and I were like, you know what? We're going to keep doing this comic. We're not going to be those guys that are like, oh, the television show, it's great. Well, let's go. We'll be on a boat if you need us. It's not inside a bottle. But yeah, I mean, we put the book out monthly, and people seem to enjoy it, and we're really happy with just how much support that we get, and it's a lot of fun to do, and I feel like because the storyline is so big, it's a cool thing to be able to put issues out faster and get people more story at a quicker pace. And,
I'm excited for that. I thank you for that.
And I think the storytelling will play really well to it because there is going to be really cool battles and a lot of fast-paced stuff, and if the issues are coming out in rapid succession, it'll seem a little cooler.
Yeah, they're going to war. It's been coming a while.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited. I want to see what finally what happens.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's of course all the main stemming point of this issue 100.
Yeah.
And on behalf of a lot of people, you. That was a rough.
Sorry about that.
I was on a plane, and I got to be that guy. I'm the blubbering fat guy on the plane reading comics. That's what you made me up to be.
Really?
People moving their kids away from me, and they don't want to be. 10 years old. Walking Dead's 10 years old. I'm not going to ask you, I'm sure, the trite question, did you ever see it getting this big?
I've never gotten that one before.
I'm sure, yeah. But what about, what were your honest expectations going into this project? Was it just to make a great comic, or did you think people would take to it like they did?
Well, I honestly don't know what I was thinking because a lot of my projects had been canceled at the time that I started The Walking Dead. And I started The Walking Dead as the zombie movie that never ends, which by definition meant that it wasn't really a cool concept unless it lasted for a long time.
Yeah.
So the zombie movie that never ends that lasts for 6 issues is terrible because it's like, oh, you just did kind of a zombie movie thing for 6 issues. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
So the fact that it lasted, I think, is shocking. I mean, I went into it with really far-reaching, lofty goals. Mm-hmm. And oddly enough, one of those lofty goals was if it could only be popular enough to last so long that I could get to a point where there are little pockets of civilization and the characters have evolved to the point where, they start fighting and there's wars between these different things. And it was always something that I never really thought I would get to, but it was always in the plan, everything was working toward that, and so the fact that we're here now is just really bizarre to me.
So do you have something, is there another milestone out there in your head?
Yeah, well, I mean,
when they
the
go
fun
to space?
thing is, they're going to space. But no, I mean, this is stuff that I had planned at the very beginning, and there's some stuff after this that I kind of had planned at the beginning, but by issue 7, I had another year, and by issue 30, I had like another 2 years, and by issue 50, I had like another 10 years. So there's a lot of stuff coming.
What about TV show? How hard is it for you to keep the TV show fresh, having already made all this content?
For me, I think that's kind of why there's so many changes in the show, because I do want to keep it like exciting for me and exciting for fans that are very familiar with the comics. But there's so many other people that work on the show that are extremely talented and know what they're doing and add a lot to the mix, that like that part excites me. Like there's characters like Daryl Dixon that don't exist in the comics, and I only get to write them when I write for the show. So that makes it new and exciting and very cool. And I like being able to go through the two mediums and doing that.
All right, one of the big things I demand you add, and I'm going to give you this character actor you probably don't know. Everybody likes this Ezekiel character. Yeah. He's there right now. I think you should introduce him a lot quicker. Get him in the show as we speak now. But
then season 4.
Exactly. And then cast this cat I know named Dave Fennoy.
Oh, Dave Fennoy.
I think he'd be pretty good.
I think he is a very talented guy. I did the voice for the Walking Dead game.
Oh yeah, we're Up and Dude fans. They're big Dave Fennoy fans. DaveFennoy.com. Go there. Voice of Hulu. He has a mug. You ever bought this mug?
No.
You should buy the coffee mug.
I gotta get me one of those mugs.
Before I let you go, I got some Twitter questions.
I need to carry a photo of the mug in my.
No, we're skipping. We're skipping there. Don't worry. All right. Every time I have somebody on the show, I tweet it at Game Over Greggy. You tell me the question. I ask the question. Right here, it's Robert Kirkman.
I saw some of those questions on my Twitter feed.
Yeah, you're active on Twitter. I appreciate that.
I saw that. Yeah.
Jordan Parker asks, has Telltale's game influenced your ideas for the comic in any way?
I do try to keep I try to stay away from letting the show or anything else influence like the way the comic has been told. It does make me want to up my game. Yeah. Just because it is so good, and Gary Whitta and Sean Vanneman and Jake Rodkin, the
overrated
writing
You're the brains.
team. No, those guys, seriously, like that game being good is because of those 3 guys. I literally sat in a room and was like, make people cry. And oh yeah, that sounds good, and oh, maybe we can do this. So, like very little, like I barely did anything at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just kidding. I did.
Sure,
it all,
you did a lot. Yeah, your name's all over it. Don't worry.
Those guys are super talented and just really impressive stuff. So, if anything, it just makes me go, oh, I can't rest. Like I gotta do some cool stuff.
So now you've been a fan. You've been part of this culture for a long time. Comic books, nerddom. Yeah. You're one of us. You work with us.
Absolutely.
Do you worry about going George Lucas-y with it? Everybody loves you right now, and your franchise keeps getting bigger and growing in all these crazy. You got board games, you got the Telltale, you had the Survival Instinct game.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's inevitable. Like people,
they're eventually going to turn against you.
No, I mean it's internet culture. People will hate you. They'll hate you because they liked you and they didn't like the fact that they liked you, and so now they hate you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. There'll be books written about the internet and how it's like driven people crazy. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm having fun, and so I don't really care what people think.
There you go. That's all that matters.
So yeah, I mean, every now and then I'll be like, oh, I'm changing things on the show, and I think I've used the term George Lucasing before. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm going back and tweaking things. Yeah. We need some Jar Jars on the show, and then I get comments on the internet where it's like, oh, you idiot, just do the comic.
That's not what we want.
It's boring. I don't want to do the same thing. So I mean, I'm already getting a little bit of it, but no, it's fine. I mean,
that's part of the creative process, I'd imagine, right? You got to do what your vision is and keep going.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you really kind of have to stay the course. I mean, one of the things I like about the internet is the fact that I use it as reassurance, oddly enough, because a lot of times, like, the very first episode of The Walking Dead, like, whatever season will debut. Yeah. And there'll be all this online stuff that I look at. I'm not lying to you. I look at a lot of stuff.
You got it.
And they're all like, I like this. I wish they'd do this. I don't like this. They need to get rid of this character. They need to get rid of that character. They need to do this. And there's all these comments on, like, coming up, like what we need to do, and we've already done it. Like by the time the first episode airs, like we've done so much stuff, and so like when they're like, oh, that character needs to die, and we've already killed them, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And when they're like, oh, I wish they would stop doing this, and like we did that for a reason that they don't know why we did it, and then we did stop it. I find it reassuring to like be able to watch the audience's reaction and be like, we got it covered.
We're gonna get there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, great. Cool. Robert, thank you so much. Walking Dead going bi-weekly here. On top of that, you got this whole 10th anniversary.
It's going to be huge.
Eat some birthday cake, everybody.
Huge. October 2013.
Party. You're all invited at your local comic book store. That's our show, everybody. A huge thank you to Robert Kirkman, everyone at Image Expo, and of course you, my lovely audience. Now, if you're ever in San Francisco and you'd like to be in the studio audience that gets spit on by me, go.ign.com/up at noon for details. Also, as always, I'll be on IGN.com responding to your comments live. The first hour of this show is live, and it goes live at noon Pacific Standard Time every Monday. Now, if that wasn't good enough, next Monday I'm going to be back, and I'm bringing Jason Mewes with me. Jay from Clerks, Jay from Silent Bob, in the studio, talking to me. I will be nerding out. But until then, I'm going back to bed.